Just a test. Lighting is not very good. I know nobody will see this. Absolutely nobody. Nobody follows the YouTube page enough to things. So as source, let me see if I can get Mark in here. How do somebody is watching. I do not believe that. This is just a test. Who the heck would be watching? I guess you could comment, right? I have no idea. I'm doing this from another software package, not straight out of YouTube. I'm just trying to look at what Restream looks like. I'm going to compare Restream to I've been using StreamYard. I'm ready to upgrade. I'm going to start doing more well, this is getting deleted. So oh boy, how do I stop it? How do I get this out of my way? I'm good. Get that message out of my way. Now I like that better, but I don't know. That out of the way. Let's stop. Let's stop. How do I stop? Jeez. There's disable camera. You can't do anything there. Remove from the stream. No. So that's pretty cool. Although I don't know that that's backroom kind of stuff, backstage. And so I can't do my own graphics. And so let me see here if I can add a guest. Yeah, okay, maybe this way. So go to my phone. Let's pick the message. I could be out there swimming. So Well, my green screen looks good, but I can't put anything on it. Boy, that was a good chicken sandwich. I don't see how to do a couple of things. I don't see how to end. I don't see how to Santa Claus, because I'm wearing a red shirt. Let's see here. There we go. Bill Ross. Yeah, Bill Ross. Who's there? How about typing? Tell me who you are. Just, this is a test. That's all this is. A test. Now I'm trying to get one of my colleagues to come on. I am only testing this versus StreamYard. And Restream will not let me do everything that I want to do, whoever you are. Without going ahead and dropping some money. I'll drop the money if I have to, but I don't know what you're expecting. If you're Mark watching, well, how you doing, Jermaine Moss? I don't know how you found this. Thanks for letting me know who you are. Not sure how you found this, that this video came up, but probably not the best thing you've ever watched in your life, I'm sure. Hopefully not the worst, but there was no intent for this to be anything but some testing of the software. So thanks for letting me test the software. At least I know somebody can see it and somebody got notified, apparently. Or you're just searching YouTube and you found it. And you're like, dang, I came across this old man that. So did you find this from Carolina Varsity or did you just find it on YouTube? I'm curious because this should be coming through my Carolina Varsity YouTube stream, which we've not really pushed a whole lot, but I'm looking to ramp it up with, we've been doing most of the stuff on Facebook Live, but I want to spread it out and put it on Twitter and, oh, thanks. So Moss, you play high school football here in Charlotte? Did you? And thanks for clicking in, man. Maybe you can help me out. I'm waiting on my buddy. We're going to do an interview tonight with Albert Fleming of Olympic High School and talk with him. And so I want to push this, as I said, to multiple platforms tonight and then try to make some decisions over the next week or two on where to take this software. I want to have a backdrop back behind me. That's why I have a green screen up, but Restream will not let me do that. Oh, excellent. Your son is the kid that jumped out of the stadium Friday night. What a great interception that was, man. I want to tell you, that made me feel good just watching it. That made me wish I could have done that when I played ball. That was absolutely awesome. Wow. I'm going to want to talk to him if he's up to it here in the near future. I'd like to talk with him. I'll talk with Coach Evans about it as well. I know Joe from a long time. Joe actually played at the high school I went to, which was West Mecklenburg. So I played at West Meck in the middle to late 70s. And Joe was maybe a decade and a half later, something like that. I can't remember Joe's exact time frame. I wanted to think 90s, something like that. And the first time I met Joe, I really didn't know Joe when he played at Olympic. He played at West Mecklenburg. I watched him play. So I see your comment there. He's a good kid, but not a talker. I just want to chat, and it's not to glorify much, just to try to give kids opportunities to talk about things, and maybe not just get so in depth on, are you going to go here, you going to go there, and blah, blah, blah. The whole reason I do Carolina Varsity is to enhance everyone's experience. I started Carolina Varsity in 2004. We used to be a lot more popular than we are now because I used to take a lot of photos and I had a lot of photographers. I still have a lot of photographers, but my photographers are kind of spreading out in what they do. As probably one of the better ones, Nord Ross, he does a lot of volleyball stuff. He has a daughter plays up at Cox Mill. Now Nord loves football and he still shoots football, and he puts on our Facebook page some football stuff. And there's Ken Bumgarner, who Ken, great guy, does a lot of video because that's what Ken did as a profession. He was a video guy for CNN, ESPN, contract guy, but the big networks and all would utilize him. He lives here in Charlotte. I've known Ken for a long time. Ken does photography, but now he's doing more video. And he put up some video the other night from Providence Day Country Day game. I have a photographer over in Gaston County. That's what he does for a living now, is he just shoots photos, goes around to schools and does school photography, team photography. He does the yearbook pictures and all that kind of stuff. My best photographer, Randy Remland, he just passed about 2 months ago. Very sad event for me. I love Randy. And I think I'm going to tell a story about Randy here in the near future. Maybe start telling some stories about Randy and how Randy came to taking pictures from the sidelines. He's one of the best photographers you'd ever want to meet. It looks like you're still listening. I'm waiting on my buddy. I wanted to see how it goes to put two people in. Your son's a good ball player. Really good ball player. I'm sure you know that already. It's not a secret to you. But that was one fantastic interception. I wish I had a little bit better video of it. And it makes me think maybe I need to carry my camera back out, because I've been doing all my video from my phone, and because I can do 8K video. I can get some really good video with this, but I probably can get better video with my DSLR. So, because I got a better lens on it, and I can probably zoom in better, though this has good optical zooming. Maybe I should use that little device I use to help carry it around. So I'm going to see South Meck again. Probably pretty sure I'm going to watch the South Meck Olympic game, because that's going to be, the conference is going to come down to South Meck Olympic and Audrey Kell. And right now, Well, I've got to see Audrey Kell and Olympic in person before I make this statement. But South Mex got I will make the statement South Mex got an awesome opportunity to win the conference. I am just shocked at how good that team looked. Thank you. He did contact me on Twitter last night and asked for a copy of the video. I made it available to him. Again, I wish I had better, better quality shot. His leap and interception is one of those that I would have loved to have had a photograph of. And I'm talking about a high quality captured photograph. I tried to, and I should have been able to come up with something out of the video, but not. But his reach, and as I watched it in slow motion, and I'm able to zoom it in to 400x, so 4 times, I'm able to get a fairly close look, and I'm able to see how he actually did a little turn in the air, and his reach and his timing, just everything was just perfect. It was an absolute perfect interception, I think. If you could ever have a perfect interception, that's one of them, or one of those perfect ones to watch. Just true athleticism. I'm glad he loves the game. That's my sons played. They played at Olympic High School. We live here in Steel Creek. They've been graduated a long time now. My son played center. Well, I had 2 sons that played. I had one son that was really good, team captain, great ball player. He had good size, so he played center. And he played some on defense, but coach was really concerned because we ran probably 99% of plays from shotgun, and they were, high passing offense, and he didn't want his center getting hurt. My other son was a high technique guy, and pardon me for putting it this way, but he's probably if you remember the movie White Men Can't Jump. So my son was a short kid, first of all, 5 foot, probably 5'8". Kind of slow. I used to kid him I could run backwards faster than he could run forwards. And he played wide receiver. He had great hands. Just phenomenal hands. One of the best technique players you could ever see. But because he was so slow, he just couldn't make it as a wide receiver in high school. So that's a shame, because he loved the game more than any kid. I don't think any kid could love the game more. I should put it that way. I'm sure a lot of kids love the game. But anyway, I'm glad your son loves the game, because that's important, that he's doing it because he loves it, not because he thinks he has to, or it's part of some regiment to get to the next place, which is college. He needs to be enjoying it, because the game's going to end at some point, and I think he just needs to be fully enjoying what he's doing. So that's an awesome. Wouldn't mind talking with you. I don't mind talking with parents. It's always good to hear how parents feel about things, because more than anything, this is all about everybody having a good experience. And I don't care how good kids are. I'll interview a kid that plays one play a game. If that kid's enjoying what he's doing, I don't mind talking to him, because it's not about who's the best players. You can always dig up and get kids to come on who are the best players. And well, maybe you can. Some of them are so busy with interviews that they can't. They don't have times. But that's not what it's about for me. That's not at all what this stuff is about. And I think Joe is teaching all the kids what this whole experience is about. He calls it the standard, and trust in hearing from someone else. Joe believes in that stuff. You're not going to find a coach that's going to stand up for his kids more than Joe will. Joe will fight for his kids. I mean, literally, he would put up his fists and fight for the kids, any of the kids. So he does have a huge emotional attachment to any of the kids that play for him, no matter where he's been. So South Mac was lucky to land this guy. Now, listen, I'm great friends with Rocky White. I love Rocky. Rocky played when I played. Rocky played at Olympic. I played at West Mecklenburg. We graduated the same year. I was a so-so player. Rocky made the Shrine Bowl offensive and defensive. He was an all-county offensive and defensive player, and he has all the players and parents bought in. That's great. You know, if you're into this game and you understand team concept, then there's no way you can't buy into what Joe's selling. Joe doesn't even have to sell it. He believes it. And it's one of those situations where he believes it, not he's trying to sell something. This is the way Joe is. This is the way he was in high school. I didn't know him as a high school player. I did watch him as a high school player. I did get to know Joe right after he got out of college and he came back and wanted to get into coaching. Rocky White gave him his first job at West Mecklenburg High School. So Joe was able to coach at the school he attended. And so I've known Joe since then. And Joe's like me. I remember that season or the next season, West Mecklenburg was playing Harding, and our two rivals were Harding and West Charlotte, West Mecklenburg's rivals. And I still had some of my workout gear, which no way I could fit anymore. But we had a half shirt that we wore under our shoulder pads. We had some short pants that were given to us with that, and a bag to carry our shoulder pads. Only thing fit in it was basically a shoulder pad. But anyway, I carried that stuff to one of the games to show Joe that I still had it. And he's like, man, I got to rub that stuff. And so he reached into my camera bag. Seriously, he's like, man, he lifted it up. He sniffed it. He's like, West Mac, go West Mac. And so Joe is one of those kind of guys that, believe me, he believes what he's pushing. He's not selling it. And I guess you know that if you bought in, but you're not buying into a fake train of I don't know, information. He is a super great guy and has the kids 100% at heart. He'll do anything for those kids. So yeah, I'm gonna talk with Joe. I'm not sure when I'm gonna interview him. I've talked to him about it and when is gonna be the best time. We thought about maybe doing it today, but I'm gonna wait. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I don't want to interfere too much in the work for his workflow this week of preparing for the game. But we've had several conversations, so I'm going to get Joe back on. If you've not seen my video that I did with him his first year at South Mac, and he defined the standard. He was sitting on the back of the Gator. I'm going to reshare that because I think it's good for people to hear what he was thinking when he came in. And maybe you parents, if you didn't see that video, it'd be a good for you guys to see what he was telling me that first summer. And that was either during the summer or late spring, his first year. And I'm thinking it was in the summer that we did that interview. But I'm going to reshare that. It popped up for some reason. I saw it somewhere the other day, and I thought I need to reshare that. And then I ended up making it to the game Friday night, and I'm like, man, I need to definitely reshare that so that parents now can see what Joe was talking about that summer. And when Joe and I had that conversation, it was a kind of a heart-to-heart conversation. I've known Joe very well since he's been coaching Independence, and so West Mecklenburg and Independence, and of course Ardrey Kell, and now Myers Park, and now South Mecklenburg. So I know his base beliefs as far as the game is concerned, and the program building is concerned. And that whole standard thing is definitely something he has carried with him the entire time. He's tried to build it, and when he became a head coach, he was able to implement it. I have not gotten my thing from my buddy, but he and I are going to interview Albert Fleming here shortly. Albert did text me and tell me he's off work. I'd set it up for 7:45 this evening. So, hey, if you get an opportunity, come watch us. It was good chatting with you. I'm glad somebody tuned in, and so maybe somebody's getting a YouTube notification, because I need to expand this YouTube stuff. Be very happy if you'd let people know about our YouTube and Facebook channel. Let people know at South Mecklenburg. You guys start spreading the word about what you got going on. Let social media know more about what's going on at South Mech. You guys got something special this building. Now, I told Joe, I hope looks like you're still here, so I'll tell you something I told Joe this weekend. I told Joe I have, so I've seen in person. Now I've watched a lot of NFHS football, streaming football, but I've seen in person West Charlotte, Harding, Ardrey Kell, Providence, and Mallard Creek. So the Providence-Mallard Creek game last week. Harding, West Charlotte prior to that. So I've only been to 3 games. I've watched a lot more football. You guys are really a special team. There's a lot of cool things that I saw Friday night on the sideline that really impresses an old man like me, and that's I'm a big believer in team unity. I'm a big believer in focused athletes to the task at hand, which is, of course, the game, and not to get distracted into little side things on the sideline that may or may not relate to the game, but distract from the focus of the game. So Joe asked me what was different, and these are the things that I told him. So I saw a unity, a focus, I guess an appreciation for each other that kind of transcends the normal football type of environment, if that makes sense to you. It really did feel closer to being like a whole bunch of family members that liked each other. more like that kind of a feeling than a whole bunch of teammates that liked each other. Now, I don't know if that makes any sense, and I don't know if what I said is correct, but or the best way to put it, I should say. But that's what I sensed, and that's what I see out of the team. That's beyond having good athletes like your son, and having an ability, good coaches to be able to scheme and put kids in the right place and make plays happen. It's beyond that stuff. All that stuff just adds on top of. The base is what's important, and that base is the best base I've seen. Now, West Charlotte was impressive in that when you look at the way they have been, they were impressive in their kind of unity as well. But their focus, their excitement for the game wasn't as high as what I saw with the kids at South Mac. And then what I saw at the Mallard Creek game was kind of disappointing in that third quarter. This is something I want to do a confession session on, but early third quarter, the game is still, I think at that point they were tied. Game was tight as it could ever be. And I get a nudge and that says, look, and as soon as I turn and look into the box, Jonathan Grice, one of the guys on Talking Preps with the C coaches at Mallard Creek, he just so happened, this is what I was told, not what I was being told to look at. He just so happens at that point to be responding to what I was told to turn and look at. And what I saw were a group of kids, I don't remember if it was 4 or 6, down on knee, helmets off, posing for a picture. Oh, looky here. Mark. So I think my buddy joined me, but I don't hear you, Mark. So let me see here. I'm going to do a split screen. Close tips. Let's see. I might have to do this software. I might have to buy. I just had Jermaine Moss on. I don't know if you can hear me, and I cannot. Oh, here we go. There we go. I see what I didn't do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I see what I didn't do right.
Okay.
I'm going to use this software tonight, I think. I can't push it to Facebook. I can push it to YouTube, but then I can take the video and copy it to Facebook.
Okay.
So
it won't be live then, it'll be recorded?
No, it'll be live. We're live right now.
Live via what?
YouTube.
Okay.
So it's going to be live via YouTube. Maybe Twitter. I've got to look and see if it lets me add Twitter in, but it didn't let me add. Now I can add my personal Facebook page, and maybe I'll add that. But I can't do the Carolina Varsity Facebook page unless I go ahead and pay for the service. And I wanted to test the service before I pay for it.
Okay.
If I use the software I've been using, then I stream to Facebook Live, but I can only do one, and unless I pay for the service. So before I pay for a service, I'm trying to test a few services.
Yeah, I got you.
This one I kind of like from what I've seen, but so Albert messaged me and said he is. I'm going to change. I think I'm going to change it to 6:45 tonight. Does that sound all right?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. It's 6:30 now, so I'm going to change it to. I had set it for 7:45. What works best for you?
Well, I'm getting ready to eat, So
Okay.
I need some little bit of time, maybe.
So if I pull it down to 7:30.
Yeah, I can do that, no problem.
Okay.
I'm just getting ready to eat in about 10, 15 minutes.
I just had a Bojangles chicken sandwich.
Oh, I got the grill lit.
Oh, here you go. Well, my wife's like, what should I go get? And so I tell you, I like that Bojangles chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I ate Bojangles yesterday. I went out to a car show at Speedway,
Uh-huh.
and they had them out there. But man, they sock it to you at the Speedway, price wise.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's like $5 just for the sandwich.
Wow. Well, that
Fries.
sandwich is the thing about Bojangles compared to the other chicken sandwiches. Their chicken sandwich is all about chicken. Well, you get a big chunk of chicken, breast on there. Nice Cajun filet, so it's got a lot of flavor. They don't throw a whole lot of stuff on it. A few pickles, a little mayonnaise. That's it.
I'd have to rank them third behind behind Popeyes and KFC. I'm telling you, man.
So
Popeyes has got the pickles down pat. Whatever pickle they're using is awesome.
So what I think that they've got down pat is the crisp. They bread it.
To me, it's the biggest piece of all. KFC is huge.
So Bojangles is like that, man. It's about like it's huge. You got to really open.
No, I'm just saying.
Popeyes is good.
I love Bojangles, but if you're just talking about those sandwiches, that's just me now. I love KFC. I call it the 50 and over club because every time I go in there, it's only men over 50 in there.
I haven't had the KFC sandwich, so I'll have to try it. I've had obviously, Chick-fil-A, Popeye,
McDonald's is terrible.
Huh?
I tried the McDonald's one. It's terrible. It's a joke.
Well, the McDonald's one varies for me. I've had it a couple of times and it's been good, but it's not as good as the ones that I just mentioned. Zaxby's is real good. And Arby's buffalo chicken sandwich, it's the best.
Oh, I haven't had that one.
That's the best sandwich, but now it's buffalo, so it's got buffalo sauce on it. So it's different in that regard. To me, it's a little more messy, but to me, it's the best. I do like that Zaxby's one though. That's a real good one.
Yeah, my little brother calls it Zackabees.
Zackabees.
Funny. They actually have one in my hometown, but that place has always got a line wrapped around it. So if you do this, we can put Albert on here too, three-way split or no?
Yeah. We'll be able to do something like I need a third person to do that view, I guess. But yeah, I can have up to 6 people, I think it is.
Okay.
On here.
Now, you got a list of questions for that young man?
I just asked him. So he asked me, what will we talk about? And I told him, I just really want to talk about him. And so I am going to ask him, since he played at Steel Creek and you were there, so I just was going to ask him about some memories there. I'm going to ask him about his team this year, what he thinks. Is the team better than last year's team? That kind of thing. I'm going to ask him what's his favorite position to play.
That's a good one. Did you see my interview with him Friday?
I did. It's kind of hard to hear because of noise.
Yeah, I ran into Owens out there, and he had this newfangled camera. He was wanting to use it.
Oh, and was Owens there?
Yeah, he's the one that did He did the
He
video.
had surgery. So he sent me a text on Friday, of a picture of him laying in a hospital bed.
Oh, he didn't
And
say
he
nothing.
said he had emergency surgery. I didn't ask him what it was on.
Yeah, he didn't. He did. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, kidney stone.
Kidney stone. Okay.
I
So
told
he
him
was out
I've
shooting
had-
pictures Friday night.
Yeah, he was out there, and we talked a long time about different things. And so I said, "Look, I'm going to interview Albert." And I said, "If you want to, use my phone and record it," he goes, "Man, I can do it on this camera for you." So he did it, but man, you couldn't hear us that well. I was a little disappointed in that. So with Albert on Friday, I told him, I said, on this interview, don't talk about yourself, as we were walking up, from the locker room back.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, I'm just going to ask you about 3 or 4 questions. One, I'm going to ask you about, the summer and getting prepared for the season. 2, I'm going to ask you about your team and your teammates. 3, I'm going to ask you about your coaches. I said, we're not going to talk about you tonight. So maybe today we can talk a little more about him, like you said, at what position he likes to play, because he's all over the place. He was doing everything for him.
Exactly. I mean, they put him at quarter. I don't know about this year, but they put him at quarterback. They put him at wide receiver.
Yeah, placeholder.
Huh?
He was
Placeholder. Okay. Yeah.
Placeholder, wide receiver, defensive back. He does kickoff and punt returns. I don't know. He does everything. So
did they not play him at quarterback?
I didn't see it Friday. Of course, it was a blowout, so he didn't even play the second half. Maybe just a handful of plays.
Right. Was he playing corner or a safety?
I think he did both. I saw him at corner. I think he went in at safety, but he didn't do that much. The other team lit him up with a double reverse, a double reverse. What do you call it? A flea flicker. They pitched it back to the quarterback after two reverses, and then they chunked a bomb.
I haven't seen that in so long.
I know, it was great, and I didn't even have it on film. And the kid caught it, was out there wide open about 30 yards down the field, and run it in for a touchdown. And that's really the only thing they did the whole game. But they made
a play.
Yeah,
that can be such a dangerous play.
Oh, it was, and it worked like a dream. It was perfect. Olympic over.
Was the first exchange a pitch or a handoff?
Let's see. I think they did a let's see. I think they did a handoff, and then it was a pitch, and then it pitched back to the quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the receiver was down the left side, just standing out there wide open.
Well, with a lot of
the ball, he caught the ball and hit the Jets.
Well, you think about it. I'm not going to say with all kids, but if kids aren't fundamentally sound in their position play, something like that's going to really, because it's going to draw them up.
Oh yeah, they suck right into it.
Which side they get drawn to, because it's a double reverse.
Yeah,
that can leave a wide receiver wide open.
I mean, he was out there on the island. He just standing there waiting on the ball. He made a good pass, but he didn't hit him on the run. He just waited on the ball, and he was 20 yards from the nearest defender. They probably looked at that team as, we're going to blow them out, and first play over attack. So that was smart on the other team, but they did take a chance.
Yeah,
that's their only score of the night.
Wow.
But we can ask Albert those questions. I want to ask him about his shoes.
Yeah, so hang on. Let me finish telling you what I told him.
He had some wild shoes on, man.
He had what kind of shoes?
They're wild. They look like leopard skin.
Oh.
So we need to add that to the list. I didn't get it. I just looked at him Friday night. He looked at me. I said, "Man, look at them shoes like that." And then Trevor Brown was there. He came and kind of stood over there with me a little while. He's he told me you reached out to him.
Yeah, I told him congratulations on the win, and they won this weekend too.
Yeah, He said it's hard though. He said, man, he's like a grad assistant working on his master's up there and getting the coach, but he's just volunteering.
What's he? What position is he coaching?
Oh, what did he say? I know he played linebacker in college. It must have been linebacker. I don't remember exactly what he said, but
I mean, it's a good experience for him.
Yeah.
He'll learn at that level certain things, especially organization.
Yep.
And if he wants to come back down to high school, or if he does well enough, he can,
I think he wants
up
to do
there.
high school. I think he wants to do high school.
Yeah, so he can learn organization and some things that are very, very important. Just from that aspect of being around more professional coaches.
Schemes.
And then he can bring that down to high school.
Yeah, he's learning schemes and plays, and it's always good and he's making contacts. I told him, I said, dude, you making contact. Sure. That coaching thing is all about contact. But
yeah, and I don't think personally, I don't think it's so much about learning scheming as much as it is learning the whole structure of a team. And that upper level management of a team that he'll learn their coaching in college that he can then bring down in high school and apply. Because that's where a lot of coaches fail, is their inability to be organized. So coming out on Monday, what do you do on Monday? What do you do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? What do you do during each of your sessions on a Monday and then on a Tuesday?
He's got a relationship with that kid too, so him and Trevor. So we can ask him about that.
So one thing I'm getting
track. He's big. We can ask him about track too. He's a big track kid.
Okay. Well, I'm getting feedback back. So I can hear me from your phone. I don't know if you hear it, but
no, mine sounds perfect.
Yeah, so I say something and then it comes back to me. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna try to correct that.
What should we do? Kind of like they do on Zoom. Should I mute myself while you're talking, and instead of us going back and forth?
Well, are you going to do it from your computer or are you going to do it from your phone?
It don't matter. I mean, I'm watching football, so I'm sitting here watching. Man, it's a good game.
7:30.
Browns and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I haven't watched any football today.
Let me mute it and let me test it. I'm gonna mute myself, and then you can talk.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't have any feedback now.
All right. Must be something to do with doing the mobile here, I guess.
Yeah, some software or some devices, and it might be software, it might be this platform. It has issues, or there could be issues with that. Now, it's usually canceled out if the device you're using to listen to is also the device that you're talking on.
Well, I'll put it on my laptop. There's a warning at the top of it on my page. It says, mobile device support is limited. Switch to a desktop computer for the best experience.
Okay.
So I can try to get my laptop set up by 7.
All right. Well, let me so you got something grilling, huh?
Yeah, I got a couple steaks. As soon as I get off, my grill's ready. I'm looking at my charcoal right now. I'm gonna go put it out there.
Smoke that stuff, man. It's not. I mean, you can smoke. Give it a little smoke for a little while till it gets to a certain temperature.
Yeah.
Then sear it or whatever.
I like searing.
But let me let you go. Okay. I will send a link. It's either going to be to this or I'm going to do it from StreamYard.
Okay, and I'll get my computer up and see if we can do it that way.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. If it changes, let me know. But I'll be ready at 7:30.
All right. See you.
All right. Bye.
All right, how do I stop this? I don't see how you end it. Upgrade.